We've all heard of Tinder, the matchmaking app for people in search of love. But what about socially isolated people who just need someone to spend time with? Well, we've found it. A social enterprise business with big plans, and I love it. It's a tech startup called Home Care Heroes, connecting people from all walks of life. The co-founders launched the business 19 months ago and now want to go global. So we've teamed them up with a mate of mine, the chief executive of Fishburners, a not-for-profit co-working space dedicated to supporting tech startups just like Home Care Heroes. Here's a husband and wife on a mission to change the world with the help of Annie from Fishburners. Matt and Jenna want to match the community's most vulnerable with someone known as a hero. It's an inspired idea with very personal roots.
My dad was diagnosed with lung cancer, and my mom suffered from a vicious brain virus called encephalitis. As an only child, that meant that overnight I became the primary carer for both my parents. At the time, our biggest problem wasn't getting them the medical services, it was finding a way for them to engage in the community. And then amazingly, one day we had a friend visiting Sydney from the United States, and her name is actually Destiny.
No way.
Yeah, that's literally her name. She took my parents to the beach. She even played guitar with my dad because he was a jazz musician, and she helped them with groceries. And it helped that she was an attractive 25-year-old. And being my dad, I've never seen him do so much exercise in his life, following her around everywhere.
Since launching Home Care Heroes, Matt and Jenna have matched 450 people with a hero. Their business plan is so successful, the tech startup has received funding from the National Disability Insurance Scheme.
So that's helped our business grow. But I think most importantly, it's helped the industry, the disability industry, evolve both for customers and for businesses.
So Jen, is it a volunteer platform that you're running, or do people actually get paid for being a hero?
So people are paid to be heroes, and it's a $25 an hour. So the reason that we wanted to do that is because we want to harness the power of community to solve social isolation.
And the founders have big plans for the future.
So Jen, where do you want to see the business in 12 months' time?
In 12 months, we want to have expanded to 2 more capital cities in Australia. So right now we're just in Sydney and the Central Coast. And at the end of 2018, we want to move into a global city as well, because social isolation is a human problem and it's not just an issue for us in Australia.
So you want to see Home Care Heroes going global?
Yes.
Fantastic. The way I like to look at it at this stage is your sell, I think, should be to an angel investor or VC. Our business is working, our customers are happy, there is more opportunity out there that we're not able to service right now. So if you can give us a few $100,000, we'll be able to go to those 2 or maybe even 4 or 6 cities in Australia, or maybe even go globally quicker because you're able to help us with that capital investment.
Coming up, Annie shares tips on how Matt and Jenna can take Home Care Heroes to the world. Now back to Fishburners HQ, where Chief Executive Annie Parker is advising a tech startup on how to scale globally. Matt and Jenna are the co-founders of Home Care Heroes, a group trying to solve the issue of social isolation.
So we've been running for 19 months now, and things are going pretty well. Like, we've got steady growth and we've been able to operate with our cash flow. But we want to scale. So what are your recommendations for what we should do?
So I think it's probably time for you guys to start thinking about going to the funding market and speaking to some angel investors or an early stage VC fund to see if there's interest and appetite in giving you that capital so that your business can just grow faster.
There's a lot to think about when choosing an investor or advisor.
First advice I would give you is how to pick one investor or an advisor over another. It's like anything, you need to go on a lot of dates. You need to figure out whether or not you really do get along with each other, similar to how you might match a hero to a customer. There needs to be a connection because this relationship that you're going to have with the investor is more than likely going to last for at least 3 to 5 years. Similar to how you chose Matt as your partner. You know, you didn't do that on one date, I assume. This took quite a few conversations, and give them a job to do. So to test them out, see whether or not they're actually going to work really well with you, that they do follow up on things, that they actually do deliver on what they said they were going to do.
So because we want to go global, how do we do that?
It's a question I get asked a lot. The trick here is to find a market that isn't too dissimilar from the one that you're already operating in. So potentially choose an English-speaking market. Look at markets that already have similar rules and regulations to the ones here in Australia. Second advice I would give you is be really specific about where you're going next. When you're going from Australia to another market, everything that you do, not just building the technology, but everything that you're building when you go there becomes the rule book, if you like, of wherever else you go next. Airbnb has one, Uber has one. When they launch in a new market, it's not just that they're launching the technology, it's they've got all of their processes of how to go, how to recruit, how to onboard, how to market to a new city or new country. All of that becomes your secret power.
Definitely some great advice from Annie that all tech startups could follow.